Hello, welcome to my channel. In case you don't know me, my name is Santosh. In today's video, we will cover what is HTML. What is the purpose of this video? The purpose of this video is to teach you HTML. Why I'm making this video? As you can see, if I search what is HTML on YouTube, all the videos over here are old, 5 years old, 3 years old, 4 years old, 4 years old, 7 years old. You don't have content for HTML. That is why I'm making this video. So you can go to my blog called as viralverb.blogspot.com. There we have an article using which I will explain you what HTML is. HTML is the building block of web. What that means? That means that it is the basic structure that you need for a web page to operate. Introduction. Welcome to fascinating world of web development. If you ever wondered how websites are built and structured, you're going to discover the fundamental technology behind every page on internet, which is nothing but HTML. HTML is not a programming language, it's a markup language that provides the essential framework for the web content. Right? Think of it as a skeleton of a house. Your house has rooms, walls, where everything goes, but not how it looks or functions. The walls or rooms itself don't define what they are, but your house itself is how it functions. Your house has rooms, your house has walls, and everything where everything goes, but not how it looks or functions. Basically, that is controlled by other things. HTML is an acronym for Hypertext Markup Language. Okay, what is hypertext then? In context of web, hypertext refers to the text that contains the links to other text or resources. It contains the link to other text or resources. So it was this concept was coined by Tim Berners-Lee, the inventor of World Wide Web. The markup means that you use special annotations or tags to define the structure and content of the document. These tags tell web browsers how to display text, images, or other media on the web page. For example, text you define using paragraph tag, images you define using image tag, media you define using video tag. Okay, HTML tags don't appear in finally rendered page. Instead, they instruct the browser on how to interpret and present the content to the user. For example, this is the paragraph tag. This is how it looks. That is the opening paragraph tag. That is the closing paragraph tag. So language signifies the HTML has set of rules and syntax that must be followed to create valid web pages. Okay, just like another language, it has specific keyword, it has tags, it has structure, and it is used to display the tags or contents consistently. How HTML works? HTML works using a system of elements which are made up of tags to structure the content. Okay, the web browser reads an HTML file and renders the content according to these tags. All right. Okay, very good. Elements and tags. The fundamental building block of HTML is element. An element typically consists of opening tag, which is the opening part. This, for example, is the opening part of the paragraph tag and some content between the tags. There is content. Okay, for example, this is the content of the paragraph. Whatever you write between that, those opening tags and closing tag is called as a content. Okay, and then we have the closing tag. Closing tag is nothing but the tag that is used to close the opening tag. In this case, we are closing the paragraph tag, and that is closed. Okay, very good. Now, these elements have attributes. These attributes provide additional information to the HTML element. For example, there is this ahref attribute. This is nothing but the link tag. The link tag has a special attribute called as href, which signifies where the website, to which website we are linking to. For example, here we are linking to a website called as example.com. Okay, here we are linking to a website called as example.com. Attributes provide additional information about the HTML element. They are always specified in the opening tag and usually come in the key value pairs. For example, name is equals to value here, href is equals to this thing. Okay, that is href is the attribute in this case, and we are putting the value. What is the value over here? The value is www.example.com. That is the value for the href. Another common example is the image tag. For example, image has a attribute called as src. The name of the attribute is src, and the value is what is the name of the image that you want to put there. For example, here we are putting logo.png, and alt is again the name, and the value for that alt is custom logo. Now, this is the structure of the HTML document. Every HTML document has this structure. For example, this signifies that the HTML5 is being used over here. Then we are saying that, hey, I'm using English language. I want this language to be English. Then we have the head tag. Inside the head tag, we have title attribute. That is where this, for example, whatever you are seeing over here, that is called as title. And we are putting the title attribute there, and we are saying this should be the title. My web page title will be displayed on the top over there. Then we have the head. This is called as an element, guys. Whatever is between the element is called as, this is called as opening tag. This is called as closing tag. This whole thing over here, the head and slash head, is called as element. Okay, understood? Very good. Very good. Here we have UTF-8 character set, and which you shouldn't be worried about. This is for mobile viewports. How small or big should the viewport be? Then what are the important things over here? Why is HTML important? It is the foundation of the web. Okay, every single web page you visit, regardless of how complex or interactive it is, starts with HTML. That is why you need it. Structure and meaning. HTML provides semantic meaning to the content by using appropriate tags, um, for main heading, for paragraph. You make your content understandable not only to humans but also to search engines and assistive technologies like screen readers. That is why you need structure. It adds structure and meaning. It adds accessibility, and it also helps in search engine optimization. So there is a lot of things to cover, but let me know if you want more on HTML. I will cover that. Thank you so much for watching. This is what is HTML.